Hello, it's Reija and welcome to another video. Today I am going to be sharing with you my TBR for the new Releaseathon that's happening in August. So without further ado, let's get started. So new Releaseathon is happening in August and it is hosted not only by myself but Kristen from Kristen SFF Reader, Angela from Literature Science Alliance, Shannon from That's So Poe, and Rachel from RK Stumbling Bear. I will leave as much information as I can in the description, and also if you want and haven't seen it already, here is my announcement video for the readathon. And I will also leave my recent new releases from 2022 book recommendations video down in the description, so you can check some of those books out if you are planning on building your TBR. But without further ado, I'm going to share my own TBR that I have carefully curated for this readathon, so let's get started. For the magazine prompt, I am going to be reading Choreo Magazine issue 1 of this second year subscription that is currently going on. So 2 issues have been released so far this year. So I am going to be reading the first one. And this should count for the prompts of read an entire magazine, read a short story. It most likely has some new to me authors as well, and it also usually focuses on either diaspora or non-US authors. But generally I go with publicly available information when I'm deciding my TBR and which bingo squares get checked off with each read. So these might actually change when I read the things, because I will be much more informed of the actual contents of the book. So Choreo Magazine will be my pick for the read an entire magazine prompt. And then I am of course going to be reading something in Finnish, so a new Finnish release that I haven't gotten to yet but want to is Laakson linnut, Aavan laulut by Katri Kauppinen. This is a young adult alternative history fantasy novel taking inspiration from the Finnish epic Kalevala, and it is also a kind of Romeo and Juliet inspired love story. And from what I can gather, this book works for non-US author because the author is Finnish, and it works also for new to me author because I have not read anything from this author before. I am actually not sure if this is their debut novel as well, might be, but they have published novels at least independently, so I couldn't glean that information from anywhere, even by reading their interviews. So for now I will trust that it solves those 2 prompts that I mentioned. And then I am going to be reading Lake Lore by A.M. Macklemore. This is their new release that has just recently come out, and it is all about finding yourself and deciding on your identity, and also just trans joy with a little bit of tragic melodramatic elements, because that is A.M. Macklemore's shtick and I really love them for it. And this book would cover the prompts of LGBTQI+ rep because it has trans representation. It also covers the prompt of favorite author because I really enjoy Anna Marie Macklemore, and some others which you can see here. And I'm just really excited about this book. I haven't read anything by A.M. Macklemore since Blanca y Roja, and I have some of their backlog that I really want to get to, but I haven't yet. So I'm going to be doing that later, possibly next year, but for now it's nice to have their new release in my hands. Then I'm going to be reading some Neon Hemlock novellas which have come out this year. So starting with Let the Mountains Be My Grave by Francesca Tacci. This is their sort of Inglorious Bastards meets sapphic romance and queer yearning novella. And Zier is an author who lives in Italy and is an Italian author, and so this novella would cover the non-US author as well, and the author is also neurodivergent. And yeah, I'm really excited to be picking this one up because when I looked into this novella, this covers so many different topics that I am like really excited for it. I'm slightly scared because like reading about like Nazis is not my favorite thing. It's very like sad, uncomfortable, and like you need to be in a certain mindset for the topic. So I'm slightly scared, but I'm hoping that I can sandwich it in between like more wholesome, more like more reads with levity, if that makes sense. So yeah, really excited for this one. And then also from Neon Hemlock Press, I'm going to be reading Uncommon Charm by Emily Berkslian and Kat Weaver. This is also a novella that is set in the 1920s. It has some like fabulous elements, some magic thrown in there, and it also has Jewish representation. So I'm really excited to be picking up these two novellas with very like distinct voices and sort of like an alternative history bent to them. So yeah, that is going to be really exciting. And finally, I am going to be reading a manga, obviously, because that is also what I do here. So I'm going to be reading the 9th volume of Witch Hat Atelier by Kamame Shirahama, which just recently came out. I'm really excited for this. This is one of my favorite ongoing manga series. So I'm hoping to basically read this. I'm saving it because I just recently bought a physical copy. So I'm saving it to start the readathon off with. So I'm going to be reading this first thing on August 1st to kind of get into the vibes and get into the reading groove. So yeah, this is going to be exciting. And there you have it. This has been my TBR for the new Releaseathon. Tell me in the comments, what will you be reading for the new Releaseathon? Are you participating? Let me know all of those things. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye bye!